Good day, everyone. So today we'll be talking about Android most fundamental concept, which is intent and intent filter. This comes up in interview a lot of the time actually. And I want to explain what intent is before we go to intent filter actually. So think of intent as messages that different part of your app or probably other app can send to each other. So let's break this down to a very particular level, right? Think of intent as envelope, right? That envelope contain who should receive it, right? That is the destination that is going to, what action to perform, and if there's any data to deliver, right? In an envelope there will be messages or there will be particular data inside. Not necessarily a message. It can be an accessory as well too, right? So there has to be data to deliver. So there are two type of intent. One, explicit intent. So this explicit intent is like you know exactly who should handle it. For example, you sending data from one activity screen to another activity screen. That is explicit intent, meaning you know which screen is accepting which data, right? So there's another example which is called implicit implicit intent. So you describe what you want and Android finds who can do it for you. For example, in your app you might have a link that leads to YouTube. So when the user clicks on that, maybe for example, let's assume watch demo video. When they click on it, right, Android finds who can launch that particular video that you just clicked. If it's that there's a URL on that button whereby if they click on watch demo, it leads to YouTube. And then finds YouTube and what and launch that video on it. Right. So let's start with explicit intent actually. So we could like do some practical example about it. So for explicit intent, right? We have our code base here. Let me clear this out. Okay. Yeah. Let's clear this out. Hmm. Okay. So this is just the normal standard setup for your code base, right? So let's get started. Val context equals to local context dot comment. So we'll just design probably a minimal application to just like show what we're talking about in explicit intent modifier equals modifier dot fill max size dot padding. Mm, let's say 10 dp, yeah, or probably this is 16 actually though. I mean, probably default will always be 16. Let's give it an horizontal alignment. Alignment center horizontally. Center horizontally, horizontal alignment, center horizontally. Wait, there's something wrong here. Horizontally, yeah, okay, yeah. Vertical alignment, arrangement, the center. So we want to center it. What next? Okay, let's do our test actually do. Home screen. Right. Okay. Star material theme dot topology dot this is medium. Yeah. So let's give this piece. Spacer. Uh, modifier. Just modifier dot height 16 dp. Right. Yeah. Let's give 16 dp. So we have our button, right? Mm-hmm. A button. We have on click. On click. Okay. And inside here, right, we have our text. Go to let's just go to second screen. Second yeah, let's just go second screen actually. Screen. Yeah, let's use this. So okay, for the function for explicit screen intent here, right? So here we have to like specify which intent or which activity screen we want to like open. So we have our intent, right? This is our intent here. Okay, context. So let's name it like our second activity. activity. Yeah, class.java class. So we will open a new file called second activity. So once we open that, this will actually change. So we have like add data to the intent we are passing to the other screen. Like I said right before. So explicit intent is just like you knowing the data you're already passing to one screen already, right? Like you know the destination of that data, the destination the data is going to. That is what explicit screen is all about. Put extra um, intent dot wait a minute intent dot put extra. Okay, I think there's an issue somewhere here. Put extra username Femi Galaye intent dot put extra user age 25. Yeah, why is it okay? Sorry. That has to be yeah. Yeah, so for this part, right, we already like done with our intent here. This is the intent we are trying to like pass to the second activity screen. Right. So we come over here. It's okay, yeah, let's copy this first. Come over here. Yeah, so we create our class activity here. Okay, override. I think we can actually like copy the data from here over here. Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think this is now working. So to get our data here, we have our username equals to intent dot get string extra. We have our username. So we have to like put this stuff there. It is very how would I put it? I would say um I was mandatory actually do because in case whereby I'm passing a data from my activity screen here into my second activity here and it was not able to like get my username, right? My username was not able to display, it will like break the screen. So to avoid this, we have to use an unknown. So if there's no username, an unknown will be displayed there actually. If this is not put there, the screen will break. So yeah, user age. So because of time, I have to like paste this data here actually do. So you can see this it accepting the data, the username and the age. Then this second screen. Our design for the second screen is here. Where local content like it's taking data here and it's being displayed here actually do. This is just a normal typical design. So for the second screen actually. Yeah. So this is the going back. So after moving to this second screen, you can actually like use this content and activity to finish to like go back to the other screen actually do. So after we are done with all this do, we still have like come to our Android manifest actually do. I mean this is very important. So we have to like call our second activity, you have to like call it here. Um so yeah, these are first activity here. You can see here, these are first activity. So our second activity we have to like come here, activity name dot second, yeah. Um Android dot exported Android. dot sorry exported just to false. Yeah, I think this should be it. So let's see how figures goes. Let's see how it will look like. Mhm. Okay, yeah. Let's see how it will look like. Okay, so let's go to running devices. Yeah, I think- so we have it installed already here. So you can see here, this is the home screen here. So this is the go to second explicit screen. Okay, I think there is something wrong with it. Um, yeah, so the issue was that in here, right, we didn't start our activity here. Like we just put the details, but we are not actually like starting it, like starting the intent. So we have our content to start activity, then intent. So let's try and we run this again. Yeah, let's try and run this again. So I think this was the issue, right? Um, okay. Yeah, you can see now. So it goes to the second screen like this now. So this is the explicit intent. Just like you knowing the data that is to be passed to the other screen. So we know the destination that it should go to. Right. Right. So this is my data here. And this sorry there. Yeah, so the next one we're talking about will be the practical example for um yeah, I think this is explicit intent, right? Yeah, this is yeah. So the next one we're talking about will be implicit intent. We're talking about it and looking at the example on that, like practical example of that as well. So to fast track this, I won't be writing the code one by one. I will just copy and paste it and show you how it is done. Actually, do yeah. Yeah, so let me give you a very practical example of our implicit intent. At first, I was thinking of copy and pasting the code, right? But I feel like let's just work through it together so it we would be able to like understand. I'll just give you a very few examples on the implicit intent. Actually, do yeah. So let's get started. So, like I said before, initially, right, explicit intent is just like you already knowing where your activity is going already. Like you already know the activity screen is going to already. But implicit intent is more or less like you having a button that says, "Oh, watch this demo," and the demo contains a YouTube link, right? So it is not left for the for Android itself to like the send where to send that link to, or maybe for example it's a phone contact. When you click on the phone contact, it will take you to your phone dial instantly. So it is Android that handles all these intent when it comes to implicit. So let us look at something under it. I try to do so column row modifier modifier okay modifier dot fill max width um, max size yeah dot padding 16 dp. So it should be centered as usual. Horizontal alignment. Alignment centered horizontally. radical arrangement. Arrangement. Dot space dot tp. We have our item actually do. Now this item test. Link. Okay, let's just get straight to the point. Item the button. Yeah. So we have our on click. Wow. Wow. Intent equals to intent intent dot action. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of this here. Action dial, action call, action edit, and the likes. So the one we want to use here is action view. Action view, yeah. URI database https slash slash www.google.com content dot start activity intent. Modifier. So let's fill the width of it, fill max width. Then we have test which says open website, right? So we can have this again. Let's copy and paste it again here, right? So for this time around, right, instead of it being view, action view to be down. Now you have to be down. Let's see. Down. Plus 2, 3, 4, 96, 63, 7, 0, 5. Okay. Then we have open dialer here. To open our dialer. So I think this too is more than enough to explain what implicit intent means. Okay, yeah. So I think this is working now. So let's try and launch it and see if our code works. So let's give it a few minutes. Okay, so it is launching. many devices. So we have open website here, and we have open dialog. Let's start with open website first. You see, immediately I click it, it went to Google, right? So let's try open dialog. You see, immediately I click it, it went to my dialog here. Yeah, so that is what open intent and sorry, what is that's explicit intent and implicit intent is talking about actually do. So now we'll talk about our intent filter. Yeah, so I'll also give you a practical example of what intent filter is and also explain that as well too. So what does intent filter mean to? Intent filter is more or less like you are telling another app that, oh, I can handle this type of data. So these are could be easier for the intent filter. But before I explain this, let me explain what intent filters does actually do. So imagine you go to an application, right? And maybe Google actually do, and you click on image, right? When you click on image, when you click down on image, you'll see something that pops up that says, "Oh, share this image," and you likes, right? When you click on the share image, it will give you like list of apps you could share that image or that data to that could accept that app, right? That is what intent filters also does as well too. So here, right, I'm going to show you a very practical example of intent filter. So here, what our um what our intent filter is accepting is a test actually do. For example, we click a test from any places on your app and you try to like share it, our application will be recommended that, oh, you can share this application here and it will accept it actually do. As you can see, this is just a small UI design for it and the likes. So this is the action, this is a type, and a type of data is what it's plain text. We're just like trying to like receive plain text. And also don't forget in our Android activity here as well too. We actually like call it, this is another activity screen again. As you can see here, this is another activity screen. So we have like call it in our AndroidManifest here and tell you that the action that we want to perform is to send. When you send, you can send the data into our application that we will receive it, my share receiver. So sorry, so let's put this into action and see what this is all about too. So okay, um yeah, um, run application. Okay, yeah. So application is running currently. So let's wait for it a bit. Okay, it is launched already. Okay, good and fine. So let's leave this application right now. Let's go to our Chrome, right? So let's click on Google offered. Let's click on this test here. Google offered in, right? Yeah, you can see here, it's brought out this here. Wait, I click on it right now. Yeah, you see list of places you could share this to. And here, right, you see application here, YouTube, my share receiver, right? Which we have here. You can see the label here. We have it here. And I could actually remove the label if I want to, right? But yeah, when I click on it, it accepts it. Receive test, Google. As you can see here, right? This data we just accepted. So this is filter intent for you actually do. So filter intent allows, or for example, even if it's image, right, you could also use image as well. Instead of text, you can use image as well too. When someone wants to try to like share image from any part of the application, they can actually like share it into your application as well. So you could be included as an application whereby you could actually like share image, share text, share any data actually do. So I hope with these practical examples you have been able to like understand the difference between implicit intent, explicit intent, and intent filter. And if you have any question or you need any clarification about what I've done, I know it might look a bit rush, but if you have any question or any clarification, you can inbox me there, and I could actually like make another video ex- explicitly, right, for each part, or I could explain it to you in the comment section. So do like, share, and subscribe to this channel, so as to support me in continuing making videos for Android beginners in tech, or beginners Android engineers in tech, right? And I hope this was really helpful for you. Yeah, thank you.